Just a few days ago, Iman Vellani was announced to star as Miss Marvel in the series of the same name coming to Disney Plus in 2022. And it got me thinking I should probably make a quick video just overviewing the history and what to expect for these Marvel series. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the first kind of initiative by Marvel to start working on these shows that were part of the MCU, more tied in than the Marvel television shows, was back in October of 2018. And then, of course, as part of the Phase 4 announcement at Hall H of 2019 last year, they announced that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was coming out in fall of 2020, WandaVision was coming out in spring of 2021, both Loki and Marvel's What If were coming out in the summer of 2021, and on top of that, Hawkeye was coming out in the fall of 2021. Then, just a month or so later, at D23, it was announced that series on Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight were all now in development for Disney Plus. Over time, we've had various news trickle in about who the writers and producers and directors of these shows are, but what we're really looking at is when we're going to be seeing these and who's going to be in them. So earlier this year, we got some news on it, mainly that Miss Marvel was going to be going into production earlier than we thought, and that it was actually going to be changing up the schedule of the Disney Plus shows a little bit. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was still coming out in fall of 2020, but now WandaVision was coming out in December of 2020. Loki was coming out in spring of 2021. What If and Miss Marvel were coming out in the summer of 2021, and Hawkeye was still coming out in the fall of 2021. So that was a little bit of a shift there. But then, with COVID-19, everything getting pushed back, the new schedule was now Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision remaining unchanged. Loki was now back at summer, along with Marvel's What If, and Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight were all scheduled for sometime in 2022, and presumably in that order, just based off of production stuff that we knew at the time. So since then, we've gotten information involving the casts of both Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. Obviously, I just said that Iman Vellani was announced as Miss Marvel just a couple of days ago, and just a couple of weeks ago, it was announced that Tatiana Maslany was cast as She-Hulk, and that She-Hulk would also be starting production pretty soon with a late January, early February 2021 start. So now it's looking like She-Hulk will actually be coming before Miss Marvel, which will also be coming before Hawkeye. In fact, She-Hulk might be going so quickly into development, maybe they're now going to be trying to push She-Hulk into fall of 2021 territory, so maybe Miss Marvel is going to be spring 2022, Hawkeye summer 2022, and Moon Knight fall of 2022. But that's just me speculating, that's not official news. As for Moon Knight, we don't have a ton of news on that yet, but a while ago it was said that Marvel had pretty much already cast the stars for She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Moon Knight, and that they were just going to be announced when they were getting ready to start production. And so that's why we've been getting the She-Hulk and Miss Marvel news. It's not like they cast these people last week, they cast them months ago. And so there is a star of Moon Knight, we just don't know who it is, and we won't find out until Marvel is a little more ready, which I don't think will be until next year, unfortunately. But what the heck, I could be wrong, maybe they'll announce it tomorrow, you never know. And then also, about a week ago, I think it is now, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, we got news that development has begun on a Nick Fury TV show. Now, what is this Nick Fury TV show? We don't really have much of a plot synopsis on it. A lot of people have been saying that it might be him meeting up with SWORD, a secret organization kind of associated with S.H.I.E.L.D. that not many people know about, that deal with space threats. That would kind of make sense. I mean, Marvel's YouTube channel actually put out a video talking about SWORD the day after this announcement, and I don't think I was the only person to realize that maybe that was somewhat of a hint. It would also make sense that after all these space invasions between Avengers and then Thanos, that maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. would start up SWORD in order to prevent further invasions, and maybe that's why Nick Fury's involved. It's also interesting because Spider-Woman is a SWORD operative, and the thing is, there's some weird copyright stuff there where Sony has the rights to Spider-Woman for the most part, But Marvel can use in their movies Jessica Drew, the alter ego of Spider-Woman. They just can't use the costume or the name, and they may or may not, we have conflicting sources on whether or not she'd actually be allowed to use her powers, because it would make sense that it would be kind of similar to the Scarlet Witch thing, where up until recently they haven't been able to use the name Scarlet Witch or the costume because Fox had that, but now Fox is Disney, so now they can use that. So it's quite possible that maybe since Sony has a Spider-Woman movie in the works, they could collaborate on that a little bit and have Spider-Woman show up in some fashion in this series. I don't know, it's just a speculation thought on my end. But what do you guys think of this? Are you guys excited for all these shows? I sure am. Of course, now it is looking like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be coming out in spring of next year, but that's a whole different thing. So what do you guys think? You excited for WandaVision? Excited for Loki? Let me know down in the comments below. I upload every single day, so subscribe, and I'll see ya. Bye.